George Nightmare Knight, the famed boxer in the Walford space and in general, made quite an impression on the show and the fans today, as today was the day they debuted. Out with the old, put Lola in a fucking bin, in with the new. Honestly, mate, I absolutely adored today's episode. How about you? How did you find it?
I loved it, and it was the right amount of comedy, sadness, and like acceptance. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because just before we go ahead with it, what I mean by that is in acceptance you had Ben accept he was late home.
Yeah.
After being in America and being delusional that you can save someone who's pretty much dying.
Yeah.
Like you can't save. Oh, if she was in early stage, you probably could, but like
Yeah.
she's gone. But yeah, and you have the comedy with George Knight and whoever he interacts with, and Linda and
True.
Elaine. Then you have the annoying people, which were the Knight sisters, who basically acted like nothing happened, and then George Knight had to go, look, love.
I mean,
someone died.
In fairness, how are they to know?
I know. That's why
I love about it. Exactly.
Like, I understand people are going to go, well, maybe it should be in a newspaper. She's just dead. She's literally been dead for about 5 hours.
Exactly.
You can't print that. It'll be on the Friday newspaper.
Oh God! I have to fully I've been building up the whole time. This episode is probably one of my favorite episodes of the year. Which might be controversial because obviously we just came off of Lola's episode and that was probably pretty up there. I didn't really care for it personally. I watched it back. I still didn't cry, and I felt bad. I'm like, why didn't I cry? I was nearly crying the whole time, but the death didn't do it for me. But the way they introduced George Knight gave me a lot of hope for the character and the family, because they've introduced this big fucking man. He's absolutely huge. And he's got such a powerful presence where everybody's like charmed by him, or if they're not charmed by him, they know him. And he got involved in everybody's shit, but got involved in a good way. Got involved and went, I'll fucking help you out, mate. And I suppose let's skim through the episode a bit as to what happened. Obviously, George appears with his daughters. One line that buckled me was Anna saying, "Your grand's Queen Victoria." Absolutely sent me. Like, I just went, holy shit, she is gonna be stupid. But I love it.
You know what I want?
Yeah?
I want... Is it Anna? Is that the name of the stupid one?
Anna's the blonde one. Gina's the curly hair one.
I want Anna and Reese to have smart off. The universe can't handle it.
Oh. Like the scenes... The scenes where that would be great.
Could you imagine that?
I couldn't.
Muhammad Ali was this famous boxer. Oh, George Knight, did you box him? And then just have a Reese and George going, shut up.
Like, oh God. The scenes where you had Bobby and his awkward little wave. And then when he was talking with Freddie, and Freddie's like, "Bob, I need to know the wave, mate. I need to know what wave you did." And they start screaming at each other. Oh my God, it was phenomenal. I adore all of it. Like, give me either Freddie and Anna or just Bobby and Anna, and it will be the cutest thing ever. And I just loved it all. Like Basically, I loved it all, and it gives me so much joy, because the fucking shit stir that these characters have drawn up. Because, obviously, my favourite place to lurk sometimes is the EastEnders subreddit. And there was a post this morning. What do you think of the new Night Sisters? Ah, fucking hell,
later on.
We will.
We'll save it for the end.
Okay.
Because
Alright.
I do, sorry to like dominate this, but I basically want to keep everyone else's opinions towards the end.
Okay.
Because you don't want to start with our opinions and then ours. You want to build our great opinions and then get to
Okay.
the people who are like, it was
Alright.
fucking shit, man. It was fucking shit.
Alright.
Anna, Anna more like dummy.
I will get more into what happened. George kind of just went through the square helping out certain people. He helped out Ben and Lexi, like, kind of talk more. Got a big praise. He went to the boxing gym and, like, Phil's just kind of like, oh my god, that's George Nightmare Night. Fucking hell. Whoa. So everybody's fanboying over him. Mate, the scene where he, like, confronts Nish, like, alright, mate. I hear you, tried to threaten women. Well, how about me and you? Outside right now. Looks at him dead in the fucking eye for a solid 10 seconds. Just kidding, mate. It's fuck me. Like, he would have absolutely annihilated him. The size difference. And generally played Peacekeeper, because obviously Gina and Anna, they weren't too aware that somebody had died. They weren't too aware that maybe let's not just blast out music and surprise an autistic child with a lot of change. And also were just kind of dickheads.
They were.
But, in their defense,
They didn't know.
they didn't know. They've just moved to their new home. They've set out like brand new time, brand new place, fresh start. Let's have some fucking fun. Let's celebrate. Oh, everybody's miserable. Ah, shit.
Do you know what it reminded me of? Now I might be getting the wrong death. I might be naming the wrong death basically.
Okay.
For people who don't know, I'm full of popcorn, lad. So if I'm stuttering, just leave me alone. I'm full of popcorn. Okay. I seen Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Beautiful film. More on podcast. But it's like when it was the Slaters who interrupted Ethel's funeral, wasn't it? Or when they were bringing basically when the hearse was coming around and the Slaters show up pre-Stacy Slater, like in the
like
the year
2000. Yeah. I don't
it's like
specifically
that.
remember this, but it sounds legit.
Yeah, I remember the scene so well because it's like, it's not Jean, it's Big Mo, Little Mo, Kath, and
Kat,
Charlie.
Zoe, and yeah, Charlie Slater as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
I remember this scene.
And they're like, oh, why is everybody so miserable? We can't get into the house.
Yeah.
It's basically like that. I do wish they saved their coming in until Lola's funeral. Like you have them fucking blast music coming in, go, "Hey lads, how's it fucking going?" And you're like, "Look, love, we just lost a woman to cancer. Fuck that. Do you want a cocktail? What? Do you want a beer? What?"
I don't know whether it says something about me as a person, but my brain went, "Fuck it, she's gone. Let's have new people. New people are exciting. I'm all in." Oh, wait, we're supposed to be sad? Oh, well. Like, admittedly, the Ben and Lexi, they made up. That's fine. Ben and Jay obviously had a bit of an argument. Jay, basically, I got some Twitter likes because I went, look at Ben. He thinks he was doing the right thing, but everybody know he wasn't. And everybody's like, slay Ben, slay. Like, fuck off. It's still a prick.
It's like I watched one. I seen that clip this morning, and the guy was fucking describing it as Ballum again.
Oh.
Callum wasn't in the scene. The person who uploaded the scene named it Ballum something. And I'm like, fuck off, me. Callum's not in the scene. Fuck off. It's like saying Tobey Maguire isn't like the Amazing Spider-Man, but he just appears by cameo.
Yeah.
Like, he's not in the scene, so fuck off.
One thing that was interesting that we'll get more into on the podcast obviously Talking Walford the other day uploaded a video suggesting Cindy needs more family when she comes back from the dead. And in this episode, they were talking a lot about like ghosts, and like you never know when a ghost's gonna come back to haunt you. And obviously George has said like, it's been so long. I've never felt like anyone since like my last like wife or whatever. And also Anna had like a box of stuff like, that's mum's stuff. Yeah, don't show dad. And I'm just like, I'm genuinely believing that these are Cindy Beale's children. And Cindy was with George Knight. Like, I'm fully subscribing to that theory at this point. Because it makes so much sense.
I'm not gonna deny that theory. I'm gonna basically do what George Bush did when the planes hit the Twin Towers. I didn't do that.
Alright. What else happened in the episode?
The dog was introduced. What's the dog's
Tyson.
name? Tyson.
Ain't nobody fucking with Tyson. Let me tell you that much.
He's like a little fucking bug that you want to squash.
No, I love him. Ain't nobody slandering Tyson.
Oh, hold on here. Do you know what I think the dog should have looked like? Hold on, let me see. Can I find the video?
Oh god.
Oh, it's one of these videos. Hold on.
Do I continue or am I just waiting?
Yeah, you continue. I'll find the video.
I don't know about. I think I'm just all for the new stuff. Like I found the comedy funny. I thought Anna, despite being a fucking idiot, was hilarious. Gina didn't really get to do too much. The one thing that also buckled me is Linda like comes in like, yeah, Ollie has autism. And then you just have Anna there like, oh, bless. She doesn't know what that word means. She doesn't know what the fuck she said. She had no idea.
It's like when you say a smart word to like your brother, you like say something, an extra long word.
You're just like, yeah, got it. No, like Googling it on the side.
It's like when I explained to my dad there's more Spider-Man in the 3 live action ones. And Miles Morales.
Yeah. Also, nice to have some attractive young people on the square as well. For all of the men to be like, let me get with them, and they never will.
That's what I wanted the dog to look like.
Oh god, that thing's awful. I won't play it on the podcast. I'm too lazy, but
you leave Gizzy out of this.
That
is a beautiful dog. Look at it. Look at this little. Look at it.
I suppose what else am I missing from this episode? The sisters made a pretty bad appearance. Linda and Elaine like yelled a lot, like, hey, me and George are a pair. You've got to work with both of us. And George is like, mate, you were going under if we weren't here. You needed an investor. I'll sort this out. Yeah, I think we've covered most of what was in this episode. Have we missed anything?
We missed Billy and Honey screaming.
Oh yeah, they were screaming. That was also like funny and like grief. Like it's sad, but they were both like, "It's not fair. It's not fair.
It's not fair. My boy, my boy."
I did appreciate Jay putting Ben in his fucking place. Because somebody needs to do it. I'm also glad that Ben didn't yell at Callum and me like, "Why didn't you tell me?" But yeah, I suppose as a basis, Piggy, do you like the Knights? Do you like the new family?
I do. I hope that they get the Danny Dyer treatment where they actually get invested and then they're like, okay,
they'll get all the storylines.
Yeah, I don't want it to be like, okay, you're the dumb one, you're the smart one. we're giving you 2 storylines. You're both pregnant, then you're both going to have an abortion. Then one of you are going to die on a roof, while the other one grieves, and we all wish the dumb one was alive, or the smart one's alive, and she's more bitchy.
Like,
And then guess what's going to happen to her? She's going to get cancer.
yeah.
She's going to have a child. She's going to get raped. And then you're like, oh, Jesus Christ.
Well, what is this, Hollyoaks? Boom. There we are. No, it kind of... Once again, I know that I rant a lot about the community. I suppose, just to make it fully clear, I absolutely adore this new family. George is a fucking mighty presence. And the one thing I'm slightly scared about is George has clearly hidden some of his, like, dangerous, past behind him, you know? Like, he had a phone call, he's like, oh yeah, I'll call you later, can't call you now. And, you know, Jack told that story of how he saw George beat someone within an inch of his life. Like, they've hinted at a lot of darkness, but right now he's, like, the gentleman, he's very well put together, he plays peacemaker with his family, like, and obviously the sisters, they've been introduced, they're supposed to be prickly, they're supposed to be annoying, because they're setting up their new life in a time where someone's just died. Do they know someone's just died? Do they know who died? No, not at all. Why do they care? They're starting their new life together in a new home. And Elaine, still, I don't know why everybody says that the old Elaine was better. The old Elaine was a prick. Like, stop. Take those nostalgia goggles off. Watch any old Elaine Peacock scenes. She was a fucking mess. I don't understand why people are like, oh, she was so much better. It's like, come on. Be reasonable.
Nostalgia.
Yeah. And, yeah, that was pretty much the reaction online. It's like, oh, they're so annoying. How dare they not respect these people they've never met before and they don't know anything about? I think
you should have watched the show.
It set up a lot of interesting plot lines. Obviously, there might be some weird, like Freddie and Bobby trying to get with them, and with the Knight sisters. I just think it was a really good way. I'm not meaning this in a bad way, but Lola dying took a lot of the light out of the show, because it's a sad time. It's fucking miserable right now. Lola's just dying, or Lola's just dead. Everybody's sad, but now you've put in a new, like, burst of electricity into the square. And I disagree with what people say. People say, why do they do it the day after? It's too soon. No, it's fucking not. It's not too soon. It's the right time. We need this. This is, like, the Knights are going to lead us into the fucking future. They're going to get all the interesting storylines, all the screen time. And this is going to distract from the fact that we're going to have to deal with people, like, dealing with grief. We're going to have to deal with the aftermath. We're going to have to deal with Ben having an eating disorder. Like, the light has been put back in the square. And, you know, the Knights are the reason why. Yeah, so I don't know why. I'm really high on this family. It's exactly what we needed. I could probably talk about this for like a good hour, just because I'm so high on this.
Well, we could record the podcast after this.
Oh God,
I'll have no problem.
No, I mean we could, but I don't know. But regardless, what did you think about the Night Sisters? How did they come across? You're like, oh, they're just another Ronnie and Roxy. They're just another fucking duo. And is your take completely different from ours? Probably. I think I'm a bit of an anomaly in this situation. But I'm also I also like to play devil's advocate a bit, so the fact that I enjoyed them so much makes me happy knowing that a lot of other people fucking hate them already. So that just, like, your tears feed me.
Jesus Christ.
I'm on some new shit now. It's called The Knights. Any final words, Piggy?
Mm, I hope they do well on the show. Hope they're not forgotten. Just yeah.
Fair enough. I say to the fucking future. And it'll be led by George Knight on his stallion lead into the future. I desperately hope he doesn't die at Christmas. But I feel like he's going to have to bail out one of the Night Sisters as she's going to get, like, as one of them's going to get, like, hurt. And he's going to have to, like, step in and sort them out. Or maybe when Cindy comes in, if that is the case, Cindy's going to, like, cause fucking mayhem because he's going to be like, oh, fuck, I thought you were gone. Like, I never thought I'd see you again. But only time will tell. And you can tell us what you think in the comments down below. I've been Ash from Watching Walford, and I've been joined by Piggy.
Hailing from Anna's handbag with Tyson.
And thank you for
Woof,
watching.
Woof, moo moo.
Woof woof, moo moo.